In this video, we're going to talk about why nice guys actually do finish last. And then at the end, we're going to show you exactly what to do to make sure that you turn the nice guy off. You become no more Mr. Nice Guy. Really move forward in saving your marriage by making sure you don't have any neglectful compromise and compromise yourself as a man. Now, the whole nice guy framework is kind of embedded in society as it is. Like, personally, I kind of think that it's purposely done like that to kind of, quell the masculine fire, to kind of quell the masculine frame, because strong men make good times make weak men make bad times, and then that cycle continues. So the nice guy is this whole idealistic view on, oh, you could just be overtly nice, things are going to be great because of that. But really, that's not how it goes. Actually, there's a lot of stuff underneath that makes nice guys one of the worst people out there. We're going to kind of dive into that. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just telling you like it is. Here over on this channel, we give you just the raw information and you can process it how you will. This is what we've seen. This is what we've studied. And this is how we've had such a high success rate. Now, what is a nice guy? We're going to make this a little bit more of a shorter video, kind of give it to you guys as it is. A nice guy really comes to pleasing others over yourself. That classic people pleaser, but in a massively big, overt way. This allows people to step on you. And this allows you to lose your frame. And frame is just the way that you carry yourself, the body posture, the positioning, making sure that you walk with confidence. You want to border the line of arrogance and cockiness, but also being humble at the same time. Being a nice guy is not standing up for yourself. Common myth that's kind of perpetuated throughout society is that it's bad to take what you want. Modern society tells you, be nice, share, make sure that, you allow other people to have what they want, make sure that, sharing is caring, all of that stuff. That's cool. I believe in the golden rule. Treat others like you would like to be treated yourself. However, our nature as men is very go forth, get it done, make sure that you do the work, provide, protect. Whole nations and legions of people were eradicated just to go take a piece of land. The Romans pointed, and this is oversimplification, the Romans pointed and said, let's go that way. And they conquered the land. Men are built to work and conquer. And you can also see that with how our hormones change over time and how our testosterone peaks at a certain age and then it dips off. And then a woman's testosterone peaks, and she becomes a matriarch, takes over, and that's why men die first. So there's a little bit conflict now that's going on between nature and how modern society wants things to. But what we're going to do here is we're going to really show you how to be and embrace that man within you so that you don't have to compromise who you are and let people step all over you, and you can really be that strong, masculine, dominant person with confidence. Now, what's really happening underneath and why I say nice guys are probably some of the most dangerous people out there, and I truly mean that. I know those are harsh words, but you have to be careful because it's funny, there's this thing called red pill rage. Well, actually, I believe it's nice guy rage. So nice guys, what happens is because people are walking all over them, they're trying to people please, they're trying to put other people above their own needs, which goes against basic human nature, is resentment is starting to boil up underneath and really starting to take seed. And you really know this and you notice this when those guys are always the worst to women. They're always, still getting walked all over. And then they lash out to the people that they truly care about the most or who are closest to them. And they lash out in really bad ways. We call this nice guy rage. Now, your wife can sense this. People can sense this. We all have an internal mechanism. You can call it energy, you could call it whatever. But when there is just something off about a person. Me personally, I used to be in the military. And you always kind of can tell when something was out with someone or, commanding officer or, something was going on with them internally because of the way that you saw their eyes. Kind of had soulless eyes, kind of really weird. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul. So you can not only sense it through those self-communication cues, body posture, all that stuff, but people can just look you in the eye and they can really see what's going on. Even though they can't put their finger on it, they kind of know. They kind of get this weird feeling. And so really, this creates more internal conflict than that spills over into your life, and it kind of radiates out. A nice guy's secret habit that's ruining more than your marriage. This is what we're going to talk about in a little bit in this video. But this secret habit is really just, it's ruining your marriage. It's ruining your relationships with your friends. People will look at you as a pushover, and there's a little bit more to it. I'm going to show you how to make sure you stop that. So now, the how-to. How to break the nice guy. You want to be honest about what you want and your needs. Nice guys aren't honest with themselves. They let other people kind of bestow those ideologies on them. You don't want that. You want to make sure that you, yourself, as a man, carry and are confident of what you want and what you need. Don't fall for what others expect you to be. You are your own man. You want to tap back into your hero within, and you want to think about the ambitions, the drives, the motivations, the habits that you used to have that sparked what you truly want and what got you going, so that you could take the world by storm. Know when to say no and know when to say yes. Saying no, or having, I've heard this put it this way before, having a season of no is okay. If your family needs your help, it's okay to say no. If you need to focus on work, if you want to start your own side hustle, if you want to focus on your little family, your little nucleus, and really make sure that you take care of your people, of your nucleus, your own home, it's okay to say no. You have to get comfortable with that. And it's okay to know when to say yes when it doesn't press against your boundaries. Having boundaries is going to be one of the strongest things that you can have in any relationship, including your marriage. Don't do anything you don't want or desire to do. Okay? These are two important things, because just like in your relationship, you want to make sure that you and your wife desire each other. Or in a friendship, you want to be that friend to that other person, and your friend wants to be that friend to you. You can't force anything, and you shouldn't allow yourself to be forced upon or be told what to do if you don't really want to do it, and then have your needs not met, and then you're going to create all that turmoil and resentment. So really, I like to look at it like this. When you allow people to step on your boundaries and cross those boundaries, people are siphoning your energy, and that's going to cause even more turmoil, because it takes energy for you to really process everything out of your brain and just make sure that you reset. Even computers need to be restarted every once in a while. So routines and habits that you want to start forming so that you can avoid being a nice guy and really break that chain. You want to stop avoiding conflict, especially with your marriage. It's okay to have disagreement. It's okay, to make sure that you go back and forth with your wife. But you never want to position this to be a fight, because that means that there's a winner and there's a loser, and you don't want to be married to a loser. Then that creates an even worse dynamic between you guys. Then that makes sure that, there's resentment on her end. There's resentment on your end, because it's competitive. You're competing against each other instead of being a team. Awareness is going to be one of the biggest things, especially like if you're saving your marriage or you're trying to make sure you turn your relationship around before it even heads down divorce. You want to be aware of the things that are causing you to be the nice guy, or you want to be aware of your nice guy tendencies. Just admitting that this is something that you want to break brings it to the forefront of your mind, and it allows you to do something about it, because now it's in front of your face. You want to also get comfortable with rejection and stop looking for approval from others. Yes, we are sociological. We look for others to kind of confirm our reality. We look for that tribe that makes us feel at home. But looking for that approval, having that approval-seeking behavior is not going to be helpful. You understanding the needs and wants that you actually want to start pursuing and start getting. Now, here's a little deep trick for you, and this comes from an amazing book. It's called The Courage to Be Disliked. This is a little deep trick. This comes from Adlerian psychology. You have to understand that you're fabricating the thoughts that others have about you. There is a tale of two brothers. One brother, and they came, okay, so there's a tale of two brothers, real quick. Tale of two brothers goes like this. Both of these brothers came from poverty, horrible living conditions. One brother became a Fortune 500 CEO. The other brother became a drug addict and a deadbeat. You know the one thing that they said for why they became that way? They said, look at where I came from. Of course I'm like this. So, what we talked about in previous videos, the way that you see reality and the way that you speak of it is going to become. Your words and your actions are power. The combination between the two. That's your power as a man. That is just your power as a human. Your words can become reality, and through action, you can make it so. Now, here's a little bit of the secret and what you need to make your priority and the top of your priorities. The biggest thing with avoiding conflict, you don't know your comfort zone until you step out of it. I know when you're younger, and I know you've probably heard this before, but it's easy to be adventurous. It's easy to step out of your comfort zone. It's easy. Or maybe you have a little bit of anxiety. Well, little by little. Now, around the age of 30-ish, for some people it's a little different, your brain switches into risk aversal. So you don't want to take any more risk. You want to kind of keep the status quo. This means that you want to keep the same. This is bad because this is where you kind of get comfortable, you kind of lay back, you don't move forward, you don't have that ambition. And a lot of your drive, as you can say, a lot of that gets kind of dampened. Doesn't allow you to make sure that you are always building to the best of your abilities. And a lot of that does become problems in relationships. You want to make a list of self-challenges. This is going to be really good for those actual steps, for that measurable progress that you can see moving forward. Remember, your character is determined by what you do when no one else is looking. So when you make this list, it can be 10 things of self-challenges. And it can range from, and I would recommend this, little small measurable wins and build up that momentum. When you make that list, it's going to be on you, yourself, to make sure that you actually go through it. You really want to stop with the Mr. Nice Guy routine. Well, character is doing something when no one else is looking. Now, the secret of nice guy habits, more often than not, this stems from childhood experiences to avoid negative emotions within your childhood. I had a client who came to us, and he didn't realize that there was a lot of deeper internal turmoil that he was dealing with. His dad was a very strict person and always like, why aren't you hustling more? Or you have a job, you can get a second job. You can take a night shift. You can get a third job. You can hustle on the side. You can do this, you can do that. And so it manifested as he got older into him working all the time, but not just working, that's not the bad thing. He started ignoring his wife, and his need to live up to his dad's expectations really starting to put a massive strain on their communication within the marriage, to the point where she didn't want to talk to him anymore. And so we helped him deal with that and build up the confidence within himself. And then he started to open up that communication. They started talking again when they weren't having any communication and they were separated, living completely apart. Now, you need to be comfortable and watch what you say to yourself in the mirror. You want to build yourself up. You want to look at yourself and see that hero within you. You really want to make sure you do all of these things so that you can stop that nice guy routine and really get to what matters to you the most. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification button to really get any updates from us. We'd like to do these videos regularly. We're aiming for Wednesday and Friday so that we can just bring you information so that you guys can turn your relationships around, unlock the hero within you, and really move forward with confidence. So our main mission is lowering that divorce percentage. Even just by 1%, we know we've done some good. See you guys in the next video. Bye.